I'll be your light.
What's up, y'all? Let's make a new bedroom today. And yeah, I know I have other projects I'm supposed to be working on, but I can't help it. I have this crazy need to make a room, so we're just gonna have to give in. It doesn't have to be a large project. I'm talking a quick build, like one of our hidden doll rooms. Yeah, I like the idea of adding onto this space. Since we're making a new bed, I don't really need this one to be convertible, and I've been wanting to change it up anyway. So let's just remove this. That doesn't look good. No worries, we'll put it all back together. Let's just trim off this side to make this a little smaller, which means I will also have to trim this cushion, so I might end up with a not so pretty edge. I can just remove the trim, pull down the fabric, cut off the excess, then we can pull it back up to cover that edge and re-glue the trim. All right, that was easier than I thought. Glue a small cushion onto the wall for an armrest, glue in the shortened base, add another cushion on the other side, add the seat cushion, then we can just fill the back wall with pillows. We could also size down our back cushions. You can see I kind of started on it, and I'll probably just complete this later. This room did have a floor extension, and we made a printed rug. I bet we could just glue the rug right over the seam so the rug lays flat and the floor is now connected. And we can still fold it up for easy storage. We just have to be careful to get past those window seals. So now our couch looks pretty good. We do not need a throw to cover any unsightly seams, and we can store it in the ottoman until we need it. Remember when I was super crazy about going all out with this wallpaper? Well, now it's a little much for me. I want to reduce the blue and go with more of a peachy color. So I clear the back wall, then glue on new paper, bring back the items that have less blue. Let's add a plant from Doll's Flowers Etsy shop and change the calendar. That's February. Then we have March. I placed the camera in front of the calendar because it kept poking out, and now our space is looking way more chill. Let's replace those paintings with a little line art. I drew a rose and a face on scraps of foam board, then glued coffee stirs going around the edge for a frame. Okay, this is so much more in line with the boho chic style that I love. Now we can make a bed in a hidden doll room. Take a 20 by 30 piece of foam board, use a ruler to measure 7 inches from the edge, cut to end up with 2 pieces of foam board. One that is 7 inches wide and the other that is 13 inches wide. On the 13-inch piece, I cut an inch off the side. I'm using an X-Acto knife to cut the board. Measure over 11 inches. Score the line, being careful not to cut all the way through so it can bend and snap. Repeat on the other side to make a trifold. Now we are going to stretch out one side to make a corner room, measure the floor space and cut a piece of foam board, score one side a little before 7 inches so the floor will be able to fold up. The bed is going to have to be able to fit before that fold, so we can make it probably about 6 inches wide. Cover the visible floor with scrapbook paper so we can have fun playing with light. On one of the walls, let's cut out a window. I cut a rectangle that's about 3 by 10 inches. Cut a piece of clear plastic from packaging that is slightly larger than the cutout, and we're going to tape it onto the back side. Take the foam board from the cutout and cut it into thin strips. To glue around the window, and I added a thin one across the center to make the window frame. I didn't add the small ledge on the bottom just to make sure I have enough clearance for the floor. Now we are going to glue in the floor across the back and on the side, being careful not to glue down past the bend so the floor can still fold up. To make our room, cut a rectangle of leftover foam board. This is 6 inches by 10 3/4. Cut 2-inch pieces of foam board. One is 6 inches and the other is a little over 10 1/2. Then let's get 2 that are 5 3/4. Glue on the 5 3/4 inch pieces of foam board. I glued one against the wall and the other in the middle. Glue on the 10 1/2 inch piece and the 6 inch piece at the very bottom. Take the largest rectangle, place felt, fleece, or fluff on top, cover it with fabric, gluing it down underneath to make a mattress to go on top, where we have storage underneath. We can take the bedding out of the ottoman from the living room and place the sheet on the bed and the pillow with a throw to make a cozy bed. But I think we could use a little more. So let's add the lounge set from our Versus video, which gives us a comforter, a backrest, a lap tray. Place the throw across the bottom, place the rug beside the bed, cut leftover foam board into a 1 1/4 inch piece. Let's glue that in the corner above the bed. Add a plant, a few books, and another piece of line art. Let's add a second shelf with more plants, which means we could use a little more line art. And yeah, I totally cheat on my line art sometimes, and it's not all one connecting line. Then glue skinny sticks onto the sides or coffee stirrers, trim off the excess, and continue gluing until all the sides are covered. For super simple miniature artwork, unfold a paper clip, cut it just about in half, trim the other end, glue beads onto the ends, glue it onto the wall so we have a place to hang our DIY tote bag. I want to place something right here on the wall, but it can't obstruct the floor and it has to be fairly flat because we will run out of space when we're trying to close this up. So let's make a mirror. We can use foil scrapbook paper or my favorite, an LOL surprise mirror. This measures 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. Let's trim around the foil paper, glue it onto layers of recycled paperboard. I used 4 layers to make it sturdy. I cut thin strips of a gold foil paper, and we're going to glue those right onto the sides. Then lean it against the wall to make a mirror for the room. I think we could use a few photographs on the wall. I printed these images off of my phone, and I used kind of a pinky orangey filter, and I printed them on photo paper so we have a nice rich color. Let's cut them out. I left a small white border around the edge, cut a small piece of washi tape to tape the pictures to the wall, and we added a bowl of our paper ramen on the lap tray, completing our aesthetic room. I went on Pinterest and just kind of meshed together some of my favorite aesthetics to create a light and airy, chill space. You can see the office over there to the side. I think it is so cool that we can combine our hidden doll rooms together to create larger spaces. Thank you for joining us while we made a miniature aesthetic room that folds up for easy storage. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time.